Mario Kart. Everyone loves Mario Kart, and it's a pretty good time to be a Mario Kart fan. With the Booster Course Pass rolling out, there's no shortage of new Mario Kart content. Mario Kart 8 is the current hotness, and previous installments in the franchise still have dedicated communities of their own, especially Mario Kart Wii. But I'm greedy. It's been 9 years since Mario Kart 8 came out. That's almost a whole decade! So it's no wonder people have been speculating for a long time. When's Mario Kart 9 coming out? What'll it be like? It's Tour. Okay, but that's not really a mainline game for many fans. And besides, Tour has also been out for quite some time now. We're really overdue for a new Mario Kart game. So I'll go ahead and throw my hat in the speculation ring. But this isn't going to be like other Mario Kart 9/10 speculation videos. This video isn't about trying to predict what Nintendo will do with the next Mario Kart game. Instead, I have cobbled together what I think would be the perfect Mario Kart game. This is Mario Kart Ultimate! Now, I'm not gonna lie. This game I'm about to present to you might just be a tiny bit ambitious. No, actually, a big bit ambitious. In fact, I'm pretty confident this isn't going to happen. This is not a prediction. This is a complete pipe dream of a game. I went all out on this one, and I think there'll be enough here to satisfy any fan of the franchise. But like I said, this isn't going to happen. Honestly, I'm not even really sure where to begin with this video, but I suppose the main menu is as good a place as any. Also, yes, I'm not an artist, so I'm going to be using Mario Kart 8's menu as my template. So yes, the menu in this video will look very similar to Mario Kart 8. Now, with that out of the way, you might not notice too much different on the first screen. You have the 4 main ways to play: single player, multiplayer, online, and wireless. We'll start by looking at single player. Again, this screen seems pretty similar to the games that came before, except for the mission mode. We'll get back to that later. I'm just briefly going to skip through the Grand Prix menu to get to the courses. You may notice some extra screens, but we'll be coming back to that later as well. And here we go, the Cup selection screen. Now immediately you'll notice this course selection screen looks quite different to any other Mario Kart game. Like the previous games, you have to complete the first cups to unlock the next ones, except here, that concept has been expanded to the extreme. Now, as you may have guessed by the fact that this is a Mario Kart Ultimate, yes, every course from every Mario Kart game is returning, including the arcade courses. You're probably aware that every Mario Kart game has added a unique gimmick. Mario Kart 8 introduced anti-gravity, Mario Kart 7 introduced gliders and kart customization, and so on. Mario Kart Ultimate will also be adding a gimmick. To accommodate the arcade courses, Mario Kart Ultimate's gimmick will be teleportation. And of course, every Mario Kart game has to have some new tracks. This game will be no different. Beginning the long campaign, you'll start with the 4 main Nitro Cups. Playing these will allow you to unlock the first of the Retro Cups. As you work your way outwards, you'll notice the campaign branches into 8 spokes. At the end of each will be a Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road for each of the previous games in the series. For example, the Bowser Shell Cup down here will contain GCN Bowser's Castle and GCN Rainbow Road in its last 2 course slots. And yes, I have tediously assigned courses to every cup, which we'll now go through. I've included timestamps in the description so you can skip this section if you want. It's going to be kind of, long. The first major difference between this game and the previous games is the player must start in the Mushroom Cup. The Nitro courses are subject to change as I think of more interesting courses than what I currently have. But for now, here's what the Mushroom Cup looks like. We have Mario Kart Raceway, which is the generic Mushroom Cup circuit course for this game, Ant Colony, where the racers wind through a maze of ant tunnels, Coconut Beach, and Bob-omb Academy. Next is of course the Flower Cup. It includes this game's iteration of Mario Circuit, Wild Wild Jungle, Wiggler Town, and Rosalina's Library. Then in the Star Cup, we have Dire Dire Harbor, Monty Mines, Ramball Dunes, and Starlight Speedway. Finish it off in the Special Cup, we have Ice Cold Tundra, Goomba Gulch, and of course Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road. Now, while I was planning which courses would be in which cups, I realized to include all the courses from all the games, I would have to leave 2 spots open in a cup, since the total number of courses isn't a perfect multiple of 4. So I created the Pokeball Cup, which includes N64 Choco Mountain and Wii DK Summit, as well as 2 new courses, Alola Archipelago and Mushroom Peaks. Mushroom Peaks is of course inspired by the infamous custom track from Mario Kart Wii. Depending on how many more original tracks appear in Tour in the Booster Course Pass, these extra slots might disappear. Next is the Shell Cup, which is unlocked immediately after beating the Mushroom Cup. It contains 3DS Toad Circuit, SNES Choco Island 1, DS Shroom Ridge, and GCN Dino Dino Jungle. And because this game is already a pipe dream, I can basically do whatever I want. So I'll just say the older tracks like Choco Island will receive massive revamps in the new game, similar to the treatment GBA Mario Circuit and GBA Ribbon Road got in Mario Kart 8. Ideally, every track would be S tier. Heading on over to the Banana Cup, we have N64 DK's Jungle Parkway, GCN Dry Dry Desert, Tour Singapore Speedway, and 3DS Shy Guy Bazaar. The Tour courses would also receive a major glow-up, and could potentially go a different route than they did in the Booster Course Pass. Over in the Leaf Cup, we have GBA Riverside Park, GCN Sherbet Land, SNES Bowser Castle 1, and Wii U Bone Dry Dunes. Next in the Lightning Cup, we have DS Wario Stadium, GBA Snowland, Wii Grumble Volcano, and GCN Mushroom City. Moving on up to the Yoshi Egg Cup, we have DS Yoshi Falls, Wii U Mario Kart Stadium, DP Diamond City, and N64 Yoshi Valley. All the arcade courses have an interesting twist. They come in pairs, and each course takes a different route on the same map. In Mario Kart Ultimate, they would be implemented similar to the city tracks, where the racers would do one lap on each variation. For example, in Banana and Ruins, the racers would first follow the DK Jungle route, and then on lap 2 the route would switch to the Banana and Ruins route. Narrating the rest of the Retro Cups would take way too long, so I'll briefly show each one on screen. Pause the video to take a closer look at any cup that piques your interest. So yeah, that was a lot of courses. I think it would take a good few hours to finish this campaign. But now that you have finished it, what now? To that I say, you mean you think you finished it. Sure, you can go back and do it all again on 200cc, which you unlock after completing the special cup, but that's to be expected. Remember those screens we breezed past on the way to the cup selection screen? Let's take a closer look at those. This is the campaign selection screen. Of course, when you're just starting out, you only have this one button, the main campaign, but now that we've completed it, we can unlock the rest of the options. Once you complete the normal 150 or 200cc campaign, you get to play through these other campaigns. As you can probably guess from the labels, each campaign is laid out like each of their respective games. For example, the Wii campaign would look something like this. Each cup would have the same courses as the cups did in the original Mario Kart Wii. When playing on this campaign, several assets from the courses will be swapped out to look and sound like Mario Kart Wii. The item boxes would be a remastered version of the item boxes from Wii, and the course preview music will also be swapped out to be a remastered version of the Wii preview music. Also, the item roulette would be modified to only include items that were in Mario Kart Wii. So in total, there would actually be 128 playable cups, 51 from the main campaign, and this many from the other campaigns. Now, these extra campaigns would not be the only thing unlocked after completing the normal main campaign, because in actuality, after beating all 51 cups, either on 150 or 200cc, you'll notice your campaign completion would not be at 100%. Instead, it would only be at 12.5%, so you've actually only completed an eighth of the campaign. This brings up the next screen. Because alongside unlocking the extra campaigns, you also will have unlocked Mirror Mode, as well as many other modes. Completing each of these modes will give you a gold star. So in actuality, to beat all the Grand Prix campaigns in this game, you have to win 2,048 cups. This really adds to the replayability of this game. I'd imagine it would take well over 1,000 hours to accomplish this. So what else do you unlock as you play through the game? Like the previous entries, you unlock new characters and vehicles. I won't be going into too much depth with vehicles in this video, but basically, I think it would be cool if all vehicles from the previous games returned in some way. As for the characters, all of the playable characters from the previous games would return, and you would unlock them at certain points along the campaign. The characters unlocked would be characters who originally appeared in the game featured in the Cupper campaign. For example, after beating the main campaign's Luma Cup, which contains the Wii Bowser's Castle and Rainbow Road courses, you would unlock Rosalina. Then after you beat the 150cc Wii campaign, you'd unlock Dry Bowser, and beating the Wii campaign again on 200cc, you would unlock Funky Kong. Like previous games, some characters would be unlocked from beating staff ghosts in time trials and completing missions in the mission mode. As I alluded to earlier, Mario Kart Ultimate will also feature every item from every past main Mario Kart game. Certain items would be locked to certain characters. For example, the Bowser Shell item would only be available to Bowser, Dry Bowser, Bowser Jr., and the Koopalings. All the items would be available during the main campaign, except for the Lucky 7 and Crazy 8 items, which would only be available during the 3DS and Wii U campaigns respectively. During the main campaign, they would be replaced by a new item, the Ultimate Frenzy item. It would feature all the items from the Crazy 8, plus a Super Horn, plus a Mega Mushroom. Now, while the campaign is a huge part of the game, it's not the only way to play. Of course, you can do time trials, and versus races are also returning. Not too much will change in the versus mode as compared to what it was in Mario Kart 8, but there will be plenty of new options for customizing races. You'll have the options to include trick variants, mirror/reverse variants, etc., and the options for random races. And then when choosing races, instead of going through the cup selection screen, which is easy to get lost in, the courses will be grouped by original game. Additionally, there would be a new option for items, which is Item Rain, where items fall from the sky. There's a mod that does this in Mario Kart Wii that if you haven't seen before is really quite fun and chaotic. Battle mode will also be returning with a few interesting twists. Of course, following the theme of this game, every battle course from previous games will return, as well as every game mode. There will also be some brand new battle courses and a new game mode called Hot Potato. Hot Potato begins with 12 players. At the beginning, a player is randomly selected to receive a thundercloud. Whoever has the thundercloud at the time that it triggers will be eliminated, and a new random player will receive the thundercloud. This will continue until all but one players are eliminated. Now onto the mission mode. Mario Kart Tour did a great job of expanding on the mission mode from Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart Ultimate would also further expand upon this concept. Like Mario Kart DS, there would be many levels of missions, each containing 9 individual missions, the last one being a boss. I would love to hear your ideas for ways to expand on mission mode in the comments below. Wow, we're finally done with single player. Now we can finally talk about changes to online mode. Of course, you'll have the normal versus style quick play from previous games, and the ability to create tournaments. There will also be a new game mode called Hide and Seek, where each game, 2 players are selected to be seekers, and the rest of the players are given 30 seconds to scatter around the map. When tagged by the seekers, the hiders will also become seekers. Yes, you may notice a lot of this is inspired by the Mario Kart Wii community. Of course, you can play online on Worldwide, Regional, or with friends. You'll immediately notice 2 new options alongside versus races and battle. Knockout tournaments are exactly what they sound like. You'll be placed in a lobby with 11 other players, and once full, an 11-race game will begin. Each race, the lowest scoring player will be knocked out, and once a player is knocked out, they will be given the option to either spectate the rest of the tournament, or back out and join a new knockout tournament. Online time trials are races where you compete against other players who appear to you as ghosts and race for the best time. Of course, everyone will start out with 3 mushrooms. And yeah, online battle mode will also be returning. You probably also noticed the weekly event option. The weekly event is a collection of courses that function similar to Mario Kart Tour, where the goal of each race is not necessarily to get first, but to get as many points as possible. Compete with other players for the highest score to unlock purely cosmetic customization options. For example, kart skins, balloon shapes, and more. Alongside the point-based events, there will also be a special event similar to the Mario Kart Wii tournaments. As the name suggests, there would be a new event every week. If you made it to this point in the video, I really appreciate you sticking around to the end. I would love to hear what you all think about this game concept in the comments below.